Yo, yo, yo. What is up? Welcome to the podcast. This is Reptile Love Talk, and I'm Big Derek. We got BPL in the building, man. What's up, BPL, brother?
Not much, brother. How you doing?
I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I'm just used
No,
to
you're
it.
good. I was going to say the same shit. Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
I'm just used to it, man. So we got a couple people in the chat. What is up, Morbid Retics, man? Make sure you share the show out. It's a new podcast every Thursday where we're gonna be talking about everything in the reptile hobby, the good. Shout out to Samson Snakatory. He says that a lot. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, anything reptile related. We're gonna be talking about it on this podcast, man. So what's been up with you today, BPL, man? How you been doing today, bro?
Good. Finally went back to work today. My neck's been all jacked up, but finally went back to work today, so feeling better. A little soreness, not too much. I'm able to move my head around now. So I feel good.
Well, we're not here to talk about work. We're here to talk about animals. So let's jump right into the show. Let's talk about the first topic on tonight's agenda. And it's controversial. It's live feedings, man. So give me your take on live feedings, man. How do you feel about live feedings? And be honest.
Okay, so this is a show that we agreed upon that we're going to bring up some stuff that is going to rub some people that are watching maybe, or even me or you that say it the wrong way. So anyone that hears me out, don't take this the wrong way, but it is what it is. I do live feedings because I feel like it works best for me. Now, when you take frozen thawed and you bring that rat out of the package or whatever you bought it, whoever you bought it from, it loses its fat or something with the freezing. So like, I feel like live is more better for them live feeding than frozen thawed. Now, there's nothing knocking frozen thawed. I'm not saying that because, I mean, if you do frozen thawed, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not hating on you. As long as your snakes or lizards or whatever you're doing with that rat is totally fine. Are we talking just snakes though, or are we talking live feedings when it comes to alligators? In general, see, like, I think it depends on the species itself. Like a crocodile, I mean, it'd be kind of cool. No offense, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but it'd be kind of cool to throw a pig in there and watch it chase after. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's just me, you know.
You know what? When it comes now, I gotta ask this, BPO, bro, because we were doing live feedings. We were all growing our channels. I think when I met you, I might have had 900 subscribers, and I watched you do a lot of live feedings, man. So I gotta ask, bro, like, what made you stop live feeding? Be honest with me. Why did you stop?
The whole, like, when everyone's getting bashed by Nerd and all that, it kind of made me like.
I gotta interrupt. It wasn't everyone. They bashed 3 people.
Well, right, but the first video was like, we're coming for more, and I was like, dude, I haven't even got 1,000 subscribers. You're about to crush me. Like, fuck you, I'm taking a break.
Hold on. So let me get this right. Let me get this right. You stopped live feeding because Nerd scared you.
Nerd didn't really. It's not that. Well, kind of, yeah, but not like it scared. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, when it comes to the channel, do I really care about losing it? Yes, but no at the same time. Like, no, because I'm not making anything on it yet. But yes, I mean, I'm close enough to where I am, and I put a lot of fucking work into it. Like, I don't want someone like that coming around because once again, the whole live feeding, like, I don't feel like you should be able to bash me unless I'm live feeding my snakes and I allow the rat to bite my snakes. But everybody that has watched my videos knows I do the love lock. Like, I will make sure no damage is done. Now, when it comes to bigger species, I understand, like, you're feeding a retic and, like, it's different. I get it. But, like, I don't know. For me personally, like, yeah, Nerd was part of why I kind of stopped putting out live feeding videos, to be honest with you. And honestly, now that I've been talking to Justin, not recently, but like a month ago about it, he was talking about it, and like, I was on their channel, the Iron Animal Show, and yeah, no, bringing back some live feedings, it's going to be good.
So what was Justin's take on it?
Fucking do it. Just shut the fuck up, pretty much. And I'm like, dude, I can't. That's just it. I can't shut the fuck up. Like, I've said it from day one from my first video. Like, I gotta talk. I'm like, I get interested in it. I'm like, oh, it's a hunt now. Like,
yeah. Now I'm gonna give you my take on live feedings, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think live feedings are amazing to watch. Don't get me wrong, but I never wanted my channel to be all live feedings, if that makes sense. I'll be honest with you. When I got into the reptile hobby, I was watching, Tyler Nolan and Chandler's Wildlife, and I liked more of their, the way that they blogged, and they would show you their reptile room. They go out and they get some snakes and they play with them. But it's like, if I do a video of me holding the snake and I talk about it, I'm like, oh, this is a corn snake. This is how you take care of it. Nobody's watching. I'm getting 40 views. But it's like, bro, I got a live feeding right now with my corn snake. I fed him 4 pinkies. That video's got 350,000 views. So it's it's shitty, that I'm growing my channel with only live feeds. Don't get me wrong. I love them. But I think that, and I would love to do other content, but I think I'm going to wait till I get 100,000 subscribers. And I think it's doable because, like I said, I met y'all a year ago, maybe like a year and a half ago. Yeah. And I went from 900 subscribers to we about to hit 10,000. Next week, I'll probably be at 10,000 subscribers. And it's like, a lot of the bigger YouTubers used to do it. Did you know Tyler Nolan and Chandler's Wildlife used to do live feedings?
Well, yeah, no, and once again, it's really sad when even I'm pretty sure most even Nerd. What's up, Cold Blooded? I'm pretty sure Nerd started on even if it wasn't live feedings, he probably posted a few.
Yeah, you know what? No, and I gotta interrupt you. Tyler Nolan, and I love them. I talk to him all the time. I talk to Chandler's Wildlife, and I watch them do live feedings. Even like shout out to Will Nace. Will Nace has 100,000 subscribers, but he started doing live feedings and he jumped all the way up to 100,000, and then he stopped doing live feedings. And I was like, that's he grew his channel that way, and it's smart. It's give the people what they want, get your subscribers, and then start filming the content you really want to do. I can't wait to get 100,000 subscribers. I think I'll still do live feedings, but just not as much.
Oh, you'll hit it. But once again, we had this talk before, dude, and you're gonna tell me no, because this is I know it's about a reptile show you and I have right now, but just to bring on the side note, when you hit that 100,000, you're gonna push. You're gonna be like, you know what, I'm so close to that million, and you're gonna push for it.
I don't want a million, man. My YouTube dream, when I got into the game, I was like, you know what? If I can get 100,000, I'll be happy because you're making a decent YouTube check, you got a decent following, and you got that plaque. I don't think I'll ever shoot for that million subscriber plaque.
Sure, you could. Honestly, anyone could. I mean, you put in the time and the effort. I mean, honestly, like when I was putting out those, you and I had a talk. It was about I don't know, I want to say like a year ago, and you're like, hey, put a short out, do 2 shorts, do a video. That's what I started doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And within a matter of 2.5 to 3 months, I grew from 340 subscribers to 720.
Yeah.
Quick. And honestly, I think once again, if I would have never stopped my content, and I am going to bring it back, I am, because God, I'm sorry, but you know what? Shirts are up to being made for everybody. But got that shit is here to stay. And that means live feedings. I mean, I don't have to use it just for live feedings. It could be egg cutting and all that, but
I want, like I said, when I grow, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the, people seen it. I was one of the ones that was bashed by Nerd, but I had so much support. I got tons of inboxes, tons of phone calls, tons of texts. I'm not gonna lie, when that video came out about live feedings and Nerd put me in it, I was distraught. I was like, oh my God, my channel was over. But people were like, Derek, don't stop going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I think that's what helped me grow because, they took the light off of themselves and put it on my channel and I grew faster from it. So I almost kind of thanked them for those videos. And since we're talking about, some of the kings of the hobby, man, who you think right now is the king right now?
Oh,
Brian, I'm going to give you 2 options. And I'm going to tell you who I like too. Who's the king right now? Brian Barczyk or Brewer?
I love Barczyk, but I have to probably give it to Brewer.
I would too, because Brewer's in the same boat as us. A lot of people bash Brewer because they think he overfeeds his snakes and he does this. And the reason that I like Brewer, I'm gonna tell you why. I like Brewer because he's and I love Barczyk. He's been on the podcast. I talked to him. I got his email, phone number, all that good stuff. I've talked to him, but I love Brewer And Barcheck's the same way. I love that a lot of these bigger content creators, they get bashed, they get attacked, but they still keep going. Barcheck and Brewer get tons of messages. Oh, your snake is overweight, and look at Jay Brewer. Look how many bite videos he does. You know how much criticism he gets for that? When he tries to go and he gets those eggs, from those mom snakes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
those snakes try to bite him. Do you know how much criticism he gets for that? And do you think he gives he like, I don't give a fuck. It's my channel. I'm gonna do what I want. And I feel like that's kind of how I am. It's like, you don't gotta like what I'm doing. I'm gonna do what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I like Jay. He's cool as fuck. I actually, like I said, I got to meet him at the Anaheim show. So
why you didn't put a camera in his face?
Dude, my phone was in my pocket when he walked by. Like, I was with Yellow Belly Exotics, that's Jeremy, and like as soon as he walked by, like I was like, shit, he was like, dude, that's Jay Brewer. I was like, yeah. I went up, said, hey, dude, my mind wasn't there in the moment. I was like,
you're crazy.
Yeah.
But if that was me, I'd have put a camera right on his forehead.
Cusco got me. I mean, that's legit. He rolled up right, and once again, Yellow Belly Exotics, Jeremy was like, there's Brian Cusco, and I was like looking around. I'm like, I don't see Cusco at all. And then I see this giant camera coming to my face. I'm like, dude, you better not put that up there.
I love it, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all coming to hang out. Morbid Retics, DWR Exotics, Chucky Madrid, CLSR, Cold Blooded, man. Welcome to the show, man. We just talking about stuff in the hobby, man. It'll be every Thursday. We're gonna just sit down and just talk about random topics and get y'all take on it. We're gonna go to the next topic, but y'all in the chat, y'all comment how y'all feel about live feedings. Do you think they okay? Do you think we should stop doing them? What's y'all ideas on live feedings? Comment them in the chat if you're here. I love to get y'all opinion, but let's go to the next topic, man. So I gotta ask, since we're doing a podcast, man, what made you want to get into the podcast game, BPL?
What do you mean? So, like, kind of rephrase that a little bit.
What made you want to make a podcast? You made tons of podcasts, and it's not a diss, but you've had a whole bunch of podcasts. What made you want to create a podcast to where you're live, you're hanging out with people, you're shooting the shit, you're talking about reptiles. What made you want to do that?
To be honest with you, the community. That was probably the biggest goal for me, and here's why. When I first started doing live streams, I had every night in the beginning, before I even made a podcast, before I even made a show, I would just go live randomly and have an open chat. Like, there you go. Anyone can join. I used to get, you were back there back in the day. I used to get 20, 30, 40 people at a time. When I first started doing it, being like, yo, let's go chill there. As time went on, I started doing shows. I started making shows. Things don't always seem, I don't know, the shit always good with the bad. Good things happen from the show, but bad things happen, and it makes you look bad at times, and it is what it is. But you know what? I like doing it. It's fun for me, especially like I said, for the community. Like just seeing people come up, saying what's up, hanging out, like, and we can talk about things they want to talk about as well. Like stuff like that is fun for me. Like having an open chat and like letting anyone come up, say whatever, hang out. Because like it's every open chat I've done has never been bullshit. Like when I'm saying bullshit is like someone just comes up, unless I can name a few people that have let Kurtwood penises on their show because I was there one night and that made me laugh. I'm just no offense to Kurtwood, but I'm just saying, like, but like usually open chats aren't bad. Like people come up, it's and people in the community, you all talk about the same like reptiles, and and that's the beauty of it for me.
Yeah.
This podcast is totally different though. There's not really too many open mic chat nights. It's more about bringing up like what we're doing now. But like podcasts are fun, man. For me, they do a lot for me personally. Like I just doing them every like here and there. Like it's kind of like a stress reliever. It really is. I've said that before. Like it there's a way of just going live and being able just to let everything go and just talk about reptiles and fuck everything, forget everything else in the moment. Like
it's just like therapy, bro. Did you freeze? Yeah, it's like therapy. We're gonna keep this going, man. Yeah, I agree, cold blooded. It can change their behaviors. I'm not gonna lie. Some of my snakes act a little wild since I do live feeding. So yeah, I can definitely see your side of that argument, brother. Man, I you know what? I started a podcast, man. I used it to cheat, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I started my podcast to help me get monetized because the shit is so good for watch time.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. It really is.
I know. I remember when I first started doing podcasts, my watch time started going through the roof. I was like, I'm doing this shit every other day until I get monetized, and this shit worked. It did, and I met a lot of cool people along the way.
And by the way, really quick, I do have your link in the description, so I'm pretty sure everyone watching is subscribed to you. But if they aren't, it's down there in the description. They can go and subscribe to that.
I appreciate that. So if you can give some advice, man, for people wanting to, do what we do. Like, let's say somebody's like, you know what, I want to do what Derek and BPL does. What's the best advice you can give somebody for wanting to start a podcast?
The best thing I could say is, let me say a few things. I can't really narrow it down to one. There's a few things that come to a podcast. If you were looking to do a podcast, don't think twice about it. Like, if you already have thought about it and do it, just do it. Trust me. Like, the biggest fear, honestly, the biggest thing to do a podcast is doing it the first time. Once you do it the first time, second time might be a little shaky, but you know what? You keep going, and this thing becomes a routine. It's like it's an everyday, like, you got this all day. But yeah, it's the first few times that I would say that are more mind-boggling than it is doing it. Like, if you just do it, it's not bad. But it's the pressure in your, like, first few times of being like, oh wow, like, what are they gonna think of me? Like, that's I guess that would be my answer.
I feel you. If I was to give somebody advice, it would be consistency. Like, we started this podcast every Thursday. We need to be going every Thursday, and not missing, because the minute you start missing, people stop coming. You start that you get your viewers from consistency, and that shit just snowballs. Your viewers just grow. They're like, you know what? Derek and BPL got a cool little show on Thursday. We're gonna go over there and hang out. Yeah, cold-blooded, man. Go live, man. It'll help your watch time and help you get monetized, brother. Congrats on hitting 498, man. I think that you'll be at 1,000 in no time, brother. But
well, I was gonna go ahead, because you're answering your question, and then I'll say it.
I think that the best advice I can give, like I said, for starting a podcast is consistency, and do it your way. Do what you want to do. I think that, me and you have had multiple talks. You've asked me for advice and I've given it to you. It's do things your way. It's your show. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. I'm not saying you can't take, constructive criticism, but at the end of the day, it's still your show. For instance, like my Animal House and Iron Dog, they go 3 hours. I'm not going to do that. That's not my show. They want to go 3 hours. That's their show. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do 1 hour because that's my show, and it's you run it the way you want to run it. Does that make sense?
Oh, correct.
So that's the best advice I can give is just be consistent and do it the way you want to do, and definitely brainstorm. You know what I mean? Because I've ran a podcast. I'm still running it. We're going to live again. Monday from my other show, Big Reptile Talk. And I go live when I want to. I don't let people tell me to go live. I go when I want to, when I feel like I have a guest that I want to bring on.
So I'm glad you brought that up, that you're still doing your own thing, because I am also. I was going to say before I was about to say something. I let you go. I'm actually still doing my own thing as well. Yes, you and I are doing a show every Thursday, but I still have another show coming up every Mondays. With Grow Some Balls. And then I'm just saying, to put it out there too, we really never truly ended the Cold Blooded Love show, so that might spark back up maybe one day. I'm just saying, like, it's not, but the other show is guaranteed to be every Monday. But when that is going to start, it's going to be totally different from like what we do. It's more metal and like world shit, like what's going on. You and I are more, yeah.
Reptile. You're not gonna do any open chats, man. You just want to do straight podcasts.
Oh no, I'm gonna do open chats probably every Sunday night. Not to step on anyone's toes, but like Sundays nights is like my perfect night because I'm like I have time to myself. Like I actually that's normally like I could get cleaning done with rats and snakes before then, but like I could easily get them done and cleaned and still have time to do an open chat every Sunday.
Okay. Hey, you got to chase your dreams, bro. Are you gonna start? Man, you doing all these podcasts?
Live content's coming back. I promise you.
We'll see, BPL, because you doing all these podcasts, man. You need You need content.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got the watch hours, man. How your watch hours looking?
You don't even want to know.
They that bad.
It went that bad that quick.
You were like up there though. What do you got? Like, out of 4,000, where do you think you got? Like 2,000?
More like 900.
Big Ball Python Love. You went to 900 watch hours. You need to be going live every day, BPL. What the? We can cuss. What the fuck?
Yeah, we can cuss on my channel. I'm just saying, like, okay. Here's another thing about the show. Are we swapping?
We're gonna do this one strictly on this show right now.
Oh, only on my channel because I'm not good enough to be on your channel, or what?
I don't want to cross brands right now, huh?
It's controversial.
Right now we're here for right now. We're doing a test run, trial run.
Okay.
You don't like that? Plus you got all these other shows, man. You don't want to do that with old Derek.
Oh, I never. Well, dude, honestly, I'm like, you want to be honest with, like, if I, okay, so to be honest with you, a lot of me, I'm saying like 95% of me hates not going live like I used to every night. Part of me, and this might hate, a lot of people might send me hate for saying this, but I kind of miss being in the P&A show. I kind of miss hanging out with Josue. Like, dude, going live every night, I miss that shit. Like,
so why don't you hit him up? Hit him up and bring our show back. We ain't got it. Hit him up and bring our show back.
The show's done. Him and I have talked. Show's done.
So I did.
No, show's never coming back. But like, to do this show is like great because like I know who you are. Like I've been live with you multiple times. Like I'd rather do a live stream with somebody I know now than starting a brand new co-host. Like Monday's gonna be cool with Gross and Balls. I've been live with him a few times. Him and I already have plans on talking about, once again, it's heavy metal, sports, world news, shit like that. You know, it's going to be completely different. It's going to be badass. But like, this is more like what I'm used to, Reptile talk. Like, I'd rather do this with you or somebody that's in the community that I know than start over from somebody that I don't. Like Josue, I had no idea who he was. He didn't know who the fuck I was, but it worked out. But I don't want to start from that path again.
Well, shout out to those Ways Exotics, man. That boy over there crushing it. He got a billion venomous snakes. I like venomous, but I can't have all that shit. Some of them snakes these folks be having scaring me. Like shout out to Venom Wonderful, and that's what we can talk about. That's the subject now. We're gonna talk about venomous snake handlers, man. So shout out to Venom Wonderful, man. I watched a video he put out 2 days ago of a rattlesnake striking a mouse, and the mouse instantly died. Shit like that scares me.
Okay, so the pygmy.
It scares me, man. Like what's
the pygmy rattlesnake?
I'm giving you my take on venomous right now, BPL. It scares me. Like I owned a copperhead, and I couldn't have it longer than a month, man. It scared me, dog. I know I don't have my copperhead anymore.
Why?
BP, I couldn't do it. Venomous
you have his fucking cage.
I do. I have multiple venom-proof cages, but venomous snakes do something to me, man. To where, first off, for the simple fact is, I love Tyler Nolan. I want to do what he does, and one day I'm gonna pick this fucking copperhead up, and I'm gonna get bit and fucking die. And
sure.
And that's not no diss towards him, but I love venomous animals, but I can't do it, man. So what's your take on it, man? You ever see yourself getting into venomous?
Yes. Here's why. Yes.
No
Everyone.
bullshit though. When you gonna do
No
it?
bullshit. Oh, no bullshit. Here's why. I'm allowed to keep the Nevada's fucked up. So, in my state, Nevada, I could have any native rattlesnake for 6 months of the year. But I have. They also want you to do documentation, which is no problem for me. But I can't do what I really want to do, and this might sound like this is where you're gonna be like, you're fucking crazy. I want to milk, dude.
You want to milk venomous snakes?
Yes.
Hold on. Let me cut you off. Did y'all hear that shit? He said he want to milk venomous snakes. White people are fucking crazy.
Jerry
I
Springer
said
said
it. I said it. I fucking said it. White folks, y'all are fucking nuts. All right, continue, BPL. My bad. I didn't want to interrupt. I had to talk to the viewers. Everybody that's viewing, I need you to understand what he just said. He wants to
like I
get a
was backstage in some cubicle and I was like, Jerry Springer. I
no.
couldn't hear the just
Yeah. Put your headphones on right quick. Do like this. Everybody that's viewing, I need you to understand what BPL just said. That means if he owned a rattlesnake, if he owned a king cobra, if he owned a copperhead, he would grab it by the face, let it bite into a container, milk out the venom. You're fucking nuts, BPL. Okay, continue. Now elaborate on this. Why do you want to milk venomous snakes?
So to have a venomous snake to me personally would just be, I mean, I've talked about this, but like rattlesnake would be dope, bro. Like cobra, I could never have in Nevada, so I got to get those like taipan, all that other shit out of the question. I can only have native species. But once again, I can only have them for 6 months of the year until I can prove documentation of everything. And then eventually I could get my license in Nevada. But even then, I can only have shit that's native to Nevada. So with that being said, would I like to get the Great Basin rattlesnake and milk it? Fuck yeah, I would. Sorry, I mean, but fuck yeah, I would. Like, I wouldn't care. I could lose 4 fingers. I'd still try every day.
White folks is nuts. Now, so with you
I
wanting
would
to milk
stop
them,
drinking. I would stop drinking beer and everything. Like I would stop alcohol completely if I got my first rattlesnake.
you wouldn't sell the venom to the
Oh
people
yeah.
that
Oh
to the
fuck
people that
yeah.
make anti venom.
Oh fuck yeah.
That'd actually be a good hustle. I wonder. I wish I had a laptop. I Google that. How much people make
So
off of anti venom?
for the Great Basin, it's like $250 per or ounce or something like that. Like I'm like, all right, dude, that's like 10 milkings a day. I'll catch like 20 of these bitches. I'll start milking once I get my license.
That's a good side hustle. Now, if you don't mind me asking, how does your wife? Have you ever told your wife that?
Oh yeah, she knows.
So she don't care about you wanting to own
Hi
venomous.
Solo. Good to see you.
Hey, Solo, welcome to the show, man. This is Reptile Love Talk, the podcast where we talk about everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. If it's reptile related, we're talking about it on Thursday nights right here on BPL's channel. Good to see you, Solo. Now you said your wife don't care about you owning venomous.
She is actually, she knows, and like people could take me as a joke or whatever, but she knows like I know I can do it, bro. Like, and everyone can be like, no, but like honestly, like I will. It's not going in there and just grabbing the snake by the head. Like you have to pin it down, of course. Like, and from there, that's where the trick comes. Like, because if you slip a little bit and that thing tags you, it's bad. You know, you don't want to be hit at all. You don't want to get tagged at all, of course. But like just the adrenaline rush from it, I don't know. It just fuck, bro. I'd love it.
Okay, all
Like
right.
that'd be something to wake up to and be like, do it right before you go to work and just like go to work with an adrenaline rush. Like I almost lost my life. Like, and what's up, Eagle Line?
I guess, man. I love it, man. Now, do you ever, like I said, shout out to Tyler Nolan, Shameless Wildlife, two of my favorite. Do you ever see yourself free handling?
I would like to free handle, yes. To be honest with you, yes. But once again, I would never free handle a viper species. I would only do, so no rattlesnake, no nothing like that, of course. But a cobra, yeah, dude, I'd love to try it one time. And if I fuck up, at least I could be like, you know what? I died from such a beautiful creature. I'd be happy.
Not me, man. Like I begged my wife. Like my wife was like, no, 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 we got a son, we got a son. No, 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 no. I literally had to like throw a tantrum, like literally like mope around the house for 2 weeks straight before I could get my copperhead. And then once I got it, it just was like, you know what? This ain't for me because if I get a bite, granted copperheads aren't like I mean they're venomous, they won't kill you, but you'll have a really bad night. But it just was like, man, this snake is beautiful, but one mishaps and it's a wrap, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to do it, and I think I just wanted to own a venomous snake to be like, you know what? I'm like Tyler, I'm like Chandler, and it was just like, you know what? I love watching them, so I'm gonna let them do it, and I'm gonna get out of it because it wasn't for me.
For me, honestly, like shout out to them once again to Chandler and also to Tyler. Like, but at the same time, like I would love to. Yeah, yes. I've seen a guy hold a Western rattlesnake free-handed. I'm like, dude, like I'd like to do that one day, like, and get that. And honestly, like people could be like, you're stupid BPO, whatever. But I feel like if you have a snake for so long and you build positive energy with that snake, you could build that relationship, venomous or not. Like I'm not saying don't try this. This isn't something someone should just be like, oh, I have this snake 10 years, let me just go in there and grab it. No, it's not going to work like that. Either you start it while it was young, I feel like, or like there's some kind of like, you just physically know. Like, is there a chance of being fucked up? Yes, things could go south quickly. But at the same time, as long as you maintain that same positivity that you had with the same snake for multiple years, I feel like yeah, you can't do that shit. Like there's a good possibility of you handling and free handling some shit that will bite you, that could bite you and kill you in one bite. Like,
Well, now I love it. I love it. But let's shoot to the next topic, man. I think we should talk about ball pythons, man, because your name is Ball Python Love. We know you got 70,000 ball pythons, but when do we ever, are we ever going to get a chance to see another species at Mr. Ball Python Love's house?
probably not for another at least I want to say at least like another year or two. And honestly, it might be sooner than that because Chucky was in here. So I don't know if you noticed this, but I used to have that flag behind me.
Yeah.
Well, I gave Chucky that flag, and Chucky is trying to get me a Savannah monitor. So, or any type. I told him I'd take a mangrove. I don't give a fuck. Just give me a monitor. I'd take it.
A
So, if he,
monitor?
yeah, that's what I want, dude. I don't want to live feed either. That would be the only animal that I have that I would never live feed because I would want it tamed. So my kids are able to keep it.
I don't know about monitors, man. I I like snakes and monitors are okay. I don't. I wouldn't mind having a tegu.
You know why I want a monitor over Tegu? Tegu
Why?
can still drop its tail.
A tegu does what?
Can still drop its tail.
A tegu can?
I believe there is a few tegus that can drop their tail. I can't say every species, but there's been a few that I believe that have dropped their tail. So yeah, if I'm wrong, that's cool. But still, I'd rather have a monitor over a tegu. That's just me personally. I mean,
Well, I'm talking about snakes, man. When are you gonna ever work with some other different species of snakes other than
oh,
ball pythons?
this might sound a little, most people are like, oh, that's stupid. But I'm probably gonna get a rubber boa.
A rubber boa,
Yeah,
a rubber one?
no, that's what it's called, a rubber boa.
Oh, I've never heard of those. Are those pretty cool?
Yeah, dude, fucking so the one that taught me a lot about him was Brian Gundy, and he says he finds them out all the time in in California and all that. But like um, rubber boa, dude, for sure. Like that is something I would like to get. That's a different species. Uh, Pretty chill, very calm. Like you're even in the wild, you're able to pick them up. They're chill, they're calm. Uh,
You know what? Since you brought up Gundy, man, we definitely got to talk about a lot of the OGs in the hobby, man. Shout out to Gundy, shout out to Crutchfield. Two of the originators. But man, Gundy does some shit that
I want an Asian water monitor too. Sorry.
Gun Brian Gundy does some stuff that I think is good, but it scares me, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So, I love my animals, and I work in a nursing home.
Yeah, of course.
So I hit up the activity director. I'll wait till you come back.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
So I hit up the activity director in my nursing home, right? And I'm like, whoopty whoopty whoop. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see. Let me get this. I don't feel like getting it down. I hit up this the nursing home, the person that does the activities, she's over the activities. I'm like, hey, I got a snake collection and I would love to bring them up here. And she's like, okay, cool, that'd be dope for the residents. So, I bring them up there. Keep in mind, I bring my ball python. I bring like a rosy boa. I bring shit that I didn't think was gonna bite. And then I did like 2 or 3 shows at the nursing home, right?
Okay.
And then like I had a dream. I had a dream that I took my rosy boa up there and it bit the shit out of a resident and they sued me. So it's like, shout out to Gundy, but he does shit that scares me. And I think that it's inspirational what he does. But my question is, how do you think he does his shows without any of the kids getting bit? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
he does a lot of training at the schools. Does he let them hold them? Because you talk to him a lot on your podcast.
Well, okay. So once again, I've talked to him outside the podcast as well a few times. I got his number. You have his number. I'm pretty sure he gives it away on his channel. Everyone has. Anyway,
like them live shows, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but them live shows. Ever since that dream, it's like these live shows scare me, and it's like this is a man that. He makes income off of this shit. He takes his snakes to the schools and he'll tell you, I do schools and I do snake shows all around. So it's like, do you have to have, no, hold on. In my mind, it's like, do you have a waiver that you have them sign so if one of these kids get one of their fingers bit off, the parents can't sue? Like, that shit scares me, BPL. I stopped after that dream. I ain't went back since, and they still asking me, "Can you come back and do a show?" And I'm like, one day, eventually.
Okay, so let's put it like this, Derek. Like, what's he bring to the shows? Ball pythons?
Yeah, they still fucking bite.
Okay, but at the same time, the ones he brings are ones that are fully grown. Of course, he brings some babies, and babies are more unpredictable than the ones he has had for years that he knows are fine that are big. But the younger ones, there's not a single snake I could grab. There's only one that I know that'll bite me.
BPL, that's all fine and dandy. But what happens when you it's like I tell my wife, we live on a street that's 20 miles an hour. And I say, baby, slow down. I never see this cop. You sound just like her. It's never gonna bite me. It's never gonna bite me until that
time. Ball pythons are not aggressive. They're not an aggressive species. Like this is why their name.
Listen to what I'm saying. No. Listen to what I'm saying, BPL. Listen to what I'm saying. If you're doing a show, all it takes is one time. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think he has a waiver? Because all it takes is one time for a kid to get bit, and that shit is getting shut the fuck down.
Okay, I'm pretty sure, once again, this is something when he does the schools, it's kind of like a field trip. Your parents have to sign and admit that, things are able to happen. Your kid could get kidnapped going to this museum. Let's just be real. Your kid could drown because we took them to the ocean. This could happen. Your kid died in a car wreck, because the bus tipped over. Whatever. Same thing. If the parents sign for it, knowing your kid could get bit by a non-venomous snake, there's nothing to worry. The worst thing that's going to happen is the little blood comes out. I mean, honestly, there's no chance of anything. You take the bite, that's the worst thing.
BPL, let me interrupt you. BPL, at the nursing home, I was showing my ass. Maybe Gundy does to where it's hands off, but I was doing hands on. I had the snakes putting corn snakes, the residents putting corn snakes around their neck. They were right there. The corn snake literally was kissing the residents on the forehead. Huh?
Maybe old people smell like rodents. I don't know.
I said, you know what? Ooh, no. I tried it. But I said, no, these educational shows ain't for me because I don't have no waiver and I'm broke. If I get sued, that's it. I'm in the poorhouse.
Well, see, that's why you should make a waiver. Being like, listen, I'm willing to do this show at the school, but I need you to be okay with it. Of course, the school first, and then being like, send this out with the kids. Let their parents read and sign it so they know what they're signing up for. And if they don't read it and they just sign it, that's on them anyway. You signed for it. You agreed. And I mean, once again, it's not like you're like, yo, hey, little kid, here's a little miss like fucking monocle cobra. No, here's a ball python. Like it's not
Right,
like,
right,
hey,
right.
this, you got 30 seconds. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You know, shout out to the OG Gundy. He does a lot of inspirational shit, and I tried it, but it's like these shows they ain't for me right now. So, you know, my next question to you is shout out to Solo, man. She's laughing in the chat. We love that you're here, Solo. Like I said, I love Gundy, love what he's doing, but I know I can't do it. It takes a special kind of person to do that because I was paranoid the whole
I would
fucking
like to
show.
do it.
Listen. I was paranoid the whole show. I'm like, you know what? What if one of these snakes bite one of these old people? They're gonna call me a fucking monster.
Well, but Derek, you spent time with these snakes. Like these are like once again, like I want to get into like going to my son's schools and like being like, yo, hey, this is what I have. This is
Why
this
don't you
more.
do that?
Well, because in Nevada, I need a license to do it.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yes. So with that being said, once again, Nevada's a really screwed up state, but you're allowed to go down to a brothel and get laid. Anyway, next
That's
subject.
bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, but if I get my license for it, dude, like that is something like I am willing to take that like risk of being a kid in bit because I know the odds of it are slightly slow. I'm not going to bring something that I know is either mid aggressive or mid kind or all aggressive or not kind or all kind and not aggressive. Like I know which ones to bring, and I don't have to bring my whole collection to talk about the snakes. Like you,
Right.
it's a personal like. I give it to Gundy, dude. I don't want to live in California because it's really jacked up on prices and all that. But like, I kind of wish I'd lived 30 minutes away from me, which is California, and be like, yo, I could do this for fun. Like, that'd be dope, but I can't do it here. It's not like that.
Hell yeah. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. So we love everybody. Thank you guys for showing up to our first podcast. It'll be every Thursday night at 10 p.m.
Yes.
I gotta ask, man, you know, now that you know we are in the reptile hobby and we have these people that we follow, man, have you know, and we all want to go viral. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about doing it. We've seen Brian Barczyk take an alligator to PetSmart. We've seen, you know, Jay Brewer walk his animals to people's house and scare them. So my question to you, man, like, you know, getting back into the YouTube game, do you ever see yourself trying to make a viral video by taking your snakes out and pranking people or taking them to PetSmart and showing them off?
So you're gonna make me do a video on my car. In my car, okay. So here's why.
Oh, I gotta interrupt you. And Brian Barczyk called an Uber with an alligator.
Okay, so the albino alligator, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the video. Anyway, so with I want to say two things. One, you're gonna make me do a video about my car because I've been my license plates are literally B Python, and on the back of my car in the window I have a fake snake in the back, and people give me dirty looks. And plus, I have like this like rattlesnake looking, not really rattlesnake, but kind of looking like a little rattlesnake, like inside on my dash, which is like a good like 12 inches across the Lexus, right? So like I get people that are like, oh my god, that's a real snake, like, but I could take I've taken the snakes out for walks. What I mean, like, of course, I don't put them on the leash. I'm not like, yeah, let's go for a walk. Like, I mean, I'll of course wear them and go for a walk. And like, people have come up to me and been like, yo, that's cool. I've had other people like scream, like literally with my wife and my kids, like scream, like, oh my god, this guy's carrying a snake, and run across the fucking street. Like I've had like
you should have, and I hate to interrupt. If they ran around screaming, you should have had your phone out. That's content.
I had yeah, but I was too busy laughing with my kids. Like, I mean, I've had my neighbors come over and they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool." And then like another guy down the street, not down the street, but in the same complex as me. He's like a few doors down. He has a few ball pythons, and like he was like, "That's really cool." But at the same time, the old people in the elevator were like, "Oh my god, is this?" And they were like in their 80s, and I felt so bad, dude. But like they're like, "Oh," she's like, "Promise me it's not gonna bite the whole time," and I was trying not to laugh, dude. I bit my tongue as hard as I could because I didn't. I've had some good moments with carrying the snakes out and some really bad moments. Like me and my wife have done, we went out one night to go pick up me and the kids some pizza at Papa Murphy's. And we get there and we walk in, the kids, the teenagers behind the thing were like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, bring the snake in." And then the manager comes out and he's like, "That thing carries salmonella, you got to get out of the store." I'm like, where do you find your facts, dude? Like, where do you find your logic? Tell me, please, because you are so dumbfounded. I'm like, I don't know what to say half the time.
Yeah. My thoughts on it, man. I think that a lot of these bigger content creators have shown us how to go viral. When Brian Barczyk takes an alligator to PetSmart and gets 4 million fucking views, it's like, damn, I wish I had an alligator. I wish I had,
Okay,
that.
if you had an alligator, what kind of alligator would you have?
I'd probably
It
have a
doesn't have
dwarf.
to be more. Just what kind of alligator?
I'd probably get a dwarf, bro. I don't think I got enough experience to take care of a full-fledged alligator.
An American alligator? No.
I don't think I'd get one, because like I said, I don't think I have enough experience. I'd mess with a dwarf, but I'd mess with a dwarf, but to finish my thought, I would love to do what Brian Barczyk does because, like I said, a lot of these bigger content creators, we're small YouTubers. They have shown us, how to go viral, and I just don't have those animals. I don't think it would be that big of a deal if I took my corn snake to PetSmart. They'd be like, okay, we see that shit every day. We sell corn snakes, get out of here. But when you have, something that, for instance, cold-blooded Monstar, he has those black throat monitors. If he was to take a black throat monitor to PetSmart and have somebody videotape it, that shit would go fucking viral because Brian Barczyk already showed us. Brian Barczyk already showed us that it will. It's just an animal of that size. For instance, the same thing with you. If you got a lizard, a monitor or a Savannah monitor or a Tegu, and you took it to PetSmart, you're going viral because a lot of people haven't seen that shit so far. Somebody said you kiss your snakes. I'm crying. I don't know, man. I think that eventually, if I do get something in my collection, I do want to take it out somewhere. I don't necessarily think that I want to scare people because I don't agree with those prank videos. I think that that's bullshit. I think a lot of people are already scared of snakes. Those things where they're like, "Hold my snake," and people run.
Okay, time out. So let's talk about this. We're talking about shit that could be good, bad, ugly, beautiful, whatever in the community. Tell me this, and I want to know your answer because I'll tell you mine first. More men I have met in real life, not the community, more men in real life are afraid of snakes than fucking females.
I don't know, BPL. I think I disagree. I think a lot of people that I've came across,
almost every guy at my job is fucking terrified. I told this one driver, I was like, "You want a free snake?" He was like, "I swear to God, if you bring that thing around me," I'm like, "Dude, you're such a pussy. Like, it's not venomous. Like, shut the fuck up."
I'm kind of the same way but I don't really work with a lot of men. I work in a nursing home and it's dominated by a lot of women. But I agree. Like a lot of the men in the nursing home that I work with, like the maintenance supervisor, I told him to come see one of my snakes at the show, and he's just like, "Nope, never. I hate snakes." And I don't know, man. Snakes have such a bad reputation. So I'm not sure that I would do a video where about scaring people, but I wish I had one of those animals that I could take somewhere and go viral off showing how much I love this animal and showing people come up and interacting with it. I think that would be dope. And I love that Brian Barczyk has done a video like that. Yeah, I hate those videos too, DWR.
Oh, so really quick for everyone watching right now, Derek's Reptiles link is down in the channel. This is going to happen every Thursday so far on my channel. Please come check it out. I have much love for everybody, especially Derek, cold-blooded, CSL especially. He CSL won $120 for me at one time. Derek has always been a friend of mine. Cold-blooded and I have done a show, never ended it. He's always been a friend of mine. Solo has always been there. DWR Exotic. She has helped turtles, fucking other reptiles. Go check her out as well. But definitely check out Derek because he is my man right now. But he is the guy right now. So definitely check the motherfucker out because he goes live with some big motherfuckers. Like, I mean, if you want to talk about some like people that have known well in the game, like Tyler Nolan, I'm just saying shit like that. You might want to go check out Derek's Reptiles if you haven't already.
I appreciate that, bro. Now, before we end the show, man, like I said, we got about 9 minutes because we want to keep this to an hour and keep people coming back. Now, I got to ask, man. With you being so close, what's that 1K celebration? How are you celebrating hitting 1K?
I'll tell you this: if I hit 1K here in this year, or even next year, if I hit 1K, and you told me this before, and honestly, I told my wife this, and I thought about it. I would save up and I would take photos of how much I made. And the first time I made $1,000, I would cash out. Now with that $1,000 I cash out, I would do a three-way or a three giveaway, 150, and then a 350, and then a 500 giveaway. That would be my thanks to everyone back because they supported me, and honestly, I feel like that would be probably the best thing to do.
I'm the co-host of this podcast. I love that answer, but fuck that. Celebrate, man. Turn up. You supposed to say I'm going to the club. I'm smacking my wife's ass. I'm doing all kind of shit. 1K. I'm turning up.
Is it Sunday? Are we watching football? Because that's the one time.
Inquiline, man. I appreciate you, man. Much love. CSL. I love you. Solo, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. We here hanging out, man, talking about everything in the reptile hobby. Any subject, if it's reptile related, we want to talk about it. So
here's something for you.
Huh?
And this is a little controversial for some people. Do you believe that people should have glass, plastic, racking, tubbing? What do you think is best for people for any species of reptiles? Should they build their own closures? Should they make or should they buy something from somebody that's already pre-made? What is your opinion on
the enclosure debate has been around for years. You have tubs, you have racks, you have enclosures. I'm big on space. I think the more space, the better. So I think that either way you go, it's fine. I think that tubs are fine. I think that enclosures are fine. But if you are going to go the tub route, I would prefer that you have tubs that are big as shit. I don't really do tubs. If you look, I do enclosures. I like vision cages.
I racks.
But if you do racks, no, I don't object to racks, but I want you to have as big as rack as you can give your animal. I think that I'm a big believer in, and a lot of people say, oh, well, ball pythons, they live in ant hills. Yes, they still come out, they hunt, they do all that. I think that bigger is better as long as there's a lot of clutter and a lot of hide. So I think that either way is good as long as there's enough space for the animal.
Okay. I think you go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was gonna say too, but I think that, like I said, a lot of people, oh, well, you keep your animals in tubs. I think that they are a necessity, especially if you're a breeder, because there's no way you could have 400 snakes in 40-gallon vision cages. It's just not enough space unless you live in a mansion. So, like I said, I think that tubs are good, but just give them as big a tub as you possibly can.
Okay. For me personally, it all depends on the species. If you could build a rack like Roz Reptiles or somebody like that, then yeah, build it. But if you have to buy it, there's no shame in that. What it really comes down to is what Derek pretty much said was maintaining the health of the animal. As long as you maintain the health, no one gives a shit. Like, as long as the animal's okay.
Now be honest with me. Tell me who it was. Because like I said, we want the good, the bad, and the ugly. Has anybody ever shit on you for being a tub keeper?
No.
Nobody ever said, fuck you, you keep your animals in tubs, BPL. Fuck you.
Okay, this is what I don't understand. I've had multiple other people hit me up in the community, right? And they're like, how have you not gotten shit for saying got that shit, talking all that shit in your live videos, but I make one and people hate me? the best advice I can give on that is honestly, it becomes who you truly are. Like for me, like I don't hold much back. I will say what I feel fucking in the moment. Like that's just ball python love, David Rambo. Like that is just me. Some people it doesn't work out like that. Like some people are like, oh, did he really say that? Oh, shame.
I've had people shit on me. I've had a couple people. Oh, you got a ball python in a 40-gallon vision enclosure. Actually, this is a 75-gallon one. They're like, that is fucking wrong. You're keeping them wrong, and I'm just like, bro, enough hides, enough clutter. They can have as much space as they want.
Eagle Line, yeah. Derek is monetized. He's actually here to help BPL get more inspired, I guess, into YouTube, man. It's working though, because the live streams, I mean, the podcast that we're doing, plus got that shit. I made t-shirts are coming. Yeah, no shit's about to happen.
Yeah, I am getting monetized, man. Do you have any questions about it? Are you trying to get monetized on YouTube, Inquiline? Because it's not hard as long as you work towards it. It's you got to be consistent. YouTube likes consistency. They'll put you in that algorithm. I would say shorts, videos, and live streams, and you'll be there, bro. Just keep growing. He said, "Hell yeah, man, sign me up." Man, I appreciate you for making this show, man. It's definitely gonna be a fun, it's gonna be a fun experience. We got to see how it goes, man. So, all in all, man, how you think the night went, man?
Honestly, like Derek, like I am glad to have you as a co-host. I mean, honestly, don't take this the wrong way, people that are watching, but without Derek, like nobody hit me up to try to get me back into YouTube. Once again, I'm starting the other show, but we're not going to start a show probably for the next like 3, I want to say 2, maybe month or so, something like that. Like we want to work out like everything. Well, also his job, my job, interfering with everything. Like it's not really working yet, but it eventually will. And but just show off the shirt. I'm glad to have you though, Derek. You are an amazing friend, brother.
I appreciate that, brother.
I have talked outside of YouTube, on YouTube, all that shit. So, but here's the shirt. Those who have not seen it, like
solo yourself out. Let us see it. Solo.
Oh, solo. Oh shit. All right, come on. Everyone has seen it. The BPL, of course. BPL on the side. And then got that shit.
And I gotta ask, man, before we start the next show, man, are we gonna have some content up before next Thursday? I think my mic's not working. He didn't froze up.
Let me think.
No, that's too hard to think. The 7 days, you can't put out a video and one short.
I'll put out 3. No. I want to put out 1 short, 1 video, and 1 short.
You need content, bro. If you want to grow, content.
1 short, 1 video, 1 short.
Y'all heard that, man. Before next Thursday, BPL is dropping some new content. So y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. BPL, you got anything else to say, man?
Yes. Thank you again.
It's all love, man. So until next time, man, this is Reptile Love Talk, the place where we talk about everything, whether it's controversial.
Wait. One thing, and then continue. Don't leave. But I'll end it. Don't leave.
Okay. Thank you again, man. Everybody, we don't care if we had 1 viewer. We don't care if we had 3 viewers. If you showed up, we love you. We appreciate you. This is Reptile Love Talk. Until next time, man, make sure y'all check us out next week. We going live. We talking about everything. If it's controversial, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's ugly, if it's reptile related, we want to hear about it. And we want to hear how you feel. So make sure you come. Conversate in the chat. It's going down, man. We love y'all. Until next time, man. Peace.
All right, I'm BPO. That's Derek's Reptiles. Got that shit. Till next time, no love like needed. Peace the fuck out.